smiling? Are you smiling?
You're so happy. Are you happy, girlie?
I got bangs. I've also been trying to wear my hair natural a bit more often. I haven't actually made a YouTube video since I had a baby. One thing I didn't expect is like the fact that, at least with her, she kind of entertains herself and she is interested in just really simple, mundane things. So she's smiling. Are you smiling? She can just like stare at the ceiling fan for hours on end. That's a huge exaggeration. But she can stare at like ceiling fans. She loves anything that's like high contrast. So we have white walls, and anything that's on the wall she loves. I was a little stressed about having to like entertain her. And what I'm realizing is it's actually better to just bring her with me and do my daily activities, and she kind of just is interested in things without me really having to like facilitate, if that makes sense. We just now reached a point where she's starting to grip things and she really likes putting things in her mouth. So I picked up a few different kind of teething toys, and it's honestly so interesting to watch her like learn how to use her hands and learn how to put things up to her mouth. And another thing that I've been really trying to do is like not interfere with her process and not like put it there for her, because you know she's building the skills to be able to do that on her own. She kind of just gripped onto it. I don't know how she feels about this one, but she really likes this one, which I put on a little soother, I don't know what this is called, like a strap, so that it doesn't fall. It feels weird to like come back on YouTube without providing a full update of the last 3 months. I have kind of been going through sort of an identity crisis, if I'm being honest. Not in a bad way at all. Like, I feel great, but I feel like I thought I would be a lot more like able to do content and like kind of keep up my pace of producing content, which before having a kid, of course, I had no concept of what would be required day to day. It's not that I don't have the time throughout the day to kind of make it happen. It's just that when I do have free time, I find myself wanting to kind of decompress and rest, or like exercise or do something like that, or even just eat, because it can be hard to even do simple things like eat sometimes. Hi! So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's been a little bit tricky to find times to sit down and film, oh my word, film like long form content and do the podcast, which if you're a listener to my podcast, I haven't really put out anything in a few weeks, maybe like a month and a half, because I found that to be really challenging. And I honestly just kind of reached this point where I was like, why am I forcing myself to do this if it's, number one, making me kind of stressed throughout the week, and number two, if it's making me less present with her. And I would find that like in between naps and stuff when she was awake, I was kind of just like waiting for her to go to bed again so that I could like get back to it. And then it was just logistically too difficult. And I know there are people that do it and make it work, and I am, you know, not saying I'll never get back to it, but for now I felt like something had to go, and that felt like the biggest challenge for me. So yeah, on hiatus with that for now, and that's okay. But otherwise, honestly, things are going really well. Funny enough, actually it's not funny, Jamie had to get shoulder surgery. He has dislocated his shoulder a number of times, and we kind of thought it could wait until a little later, but then I want to say like she was about a month old and he dislocated it again, and it was kind of this moment of like, okay, something has to happen here. or it's never going to get better. It's been a bit difficult because obviously he is unable to really hold her or like change diapers or really do anything that involves like caring for her. He can spend time with her, which is nice, and he's working from home so he can come down and like we can all hang out together, but in terms of like helping out, he hasn't really been able to. Oh, are you yawning? So that's been hard both for like me a little bit, but also for him because obviously he wants to be able to like pick her up and hold her and bond with her. But that is going to come off the cast that he's wearing, or I guess it's like a sling. That's going to be coming off. Want to say within the next like 2 weeks that's going to come off. And then the other really exciting piece of news for him is that he has been in the process of like applying for Canadian citizenship. Jamie is from England and he actually just got Canadian citizenship. He had a ceremony, which interestingly was over Zoom, but it was basically just to like swear the oath or whatever for Canadian citizenship, and he has a certificate and he can like apply to get a passport and everything. So that's been really exciting and obviously a huge relief because in the back of your head when you have a kid together, it's like, okay, is he, you know, gonna be able to stay here? I honestly, oh, wrong side. I honestly feel like the last 3 months has gone by so quick. I don't even like know what else to update you guys on in terms of like the baby. I put out a video and a podcast episode actually where I told the birth story. Just the short version is that it went really well. It was really quick, and prior to being pregnant, if someone had told me that they were in labor for 6 hours, I would have thought that that was a long time. But from what I have heard from friends and like just birth stories, it was actually really quick.
What is it? Oh, how's this one? No, you don't like that one?
Okay, I think we're gonna go on a walk. It's that time of day. And naps wise, she does a couple of naps a day in her crib. She's no longer in a bassinet, she's in a crib now. And honestly, she sleeps so much better in the crib. I really don't think she liked the bassinet, but then she'll also do a nap in the stroller when we go on a walk. So we try to do that every day, or I try to do that every day. I feel really uninspired style-wise. I feel like when your body changes so much through pregnancy, it takes a minute to like find what you want to wear afterwards and things that are comfortable and things that I can easily breastfeed in. This was one of my favorite books so far, and a series of events kind of unravels from there. I just attempted to record a book review for TikTok. It didn't actually work though because my microphone died halfway through. It's one of those things where I could go charge it and try again, but I just don't really have it in me right now, and I feel like she's gonna wake up anytime. There was a period of time where I felt really overwhelmed by all of the information on TikTok about putting your baby to sleep and helping them to sleep independently and milestones that they should be reaching. It's so easy to compare yourself or compare your baby to other babies, even friends, let alone the internet. I think for me, the most important thing throughout this journey has, of course, been taking in information as needed, but more so just like following my intuition and also just literally observing her and her signs and her cues. There was a period where I was using the Huckleberry app pretty religiously to track her sleeping, just because I really had no clue how to time her naps. I kind of stopped doing that though, because it was just a little bit too much effort and sometimes caused more stress to be like, hey, did I put the nap in and did I record that? And sometimes throughout the night I would also find myself like fixating on how long of stretches she would sleep. Every night is different, and rather than fixating so heavily on these things and controlling every single aspect, I've just been kind of going with the flow, and it's felt a lot better. I originally started this clip though to talk about books. The book that I went to review that the video didn't end up working out is called All Fours by Miranda July. It was one of the most bingeable, addictive reads, and I highly recommend it. It basically is about this woman who goes on a cross-country road trip, or she's supposed to be going on a cross-country road trip. Things kind of take a turn. She ends up checking herself into a motel really close to her hometown, so she doesn't even really make it very far. It kind of is a story about motherhood, monogamy, relationships, sex, desire, aging as a woman, menopause, identity. Good. I was wondering if I could put in an order for a cake. Can it say congratulations, Jamie? Well, he got Canadian citizenship, so anything like Canada themed would be great. Oh wow, that's hilarious. Congrats. Wait, so you got citizenship, or you did the test?
Little boxies? Yeah, you're so happy. Are you happy, girlie?
Welcome to the vlog, James.
Hello.
How are you enjoying being a dad?
It really is amazing. It's crazy how much joy it brings you to like even like the smallest of moments.